Good morning, Cleveland County. My name is Deborah Blanton. I host Cleveland County Kitchen. I am here with Butch Pfeiffer.
I'm with the Pfeiffer Farms.
Good, that's good. Yes.
And today we're going to be looking at green onions and fresh garlic.
So, get your notepad out. We're going to learn a lot about the onions, how to tell the difference between an onion and a garlic. The garlic's still pretty young yet. Butch, I believe you said end of May, 1st of June is when we can expect, like we would consider a normal garlic.
That is correct.
And the onions here, this is all he has left. But we'll be cooking with these in the third half of the show, I can say that. So Butch, you came to Cleveland County as a technician of some kind.
I used to work for Time Warner Cable.
Okay.
I spent 30 years in Gaston County, and then we kind of grew, and I said to my wife one day, I'd like to buy some property. And she looked at me like I was kind of crazy.
And obviously the rest was history.
That's right.
All right. Well, now, the thought that came to mind, I've only seen onion sets, and I would imagine they're garlic sets. Is that how you start these, or are there seeds to start your onions and garlic?
I don't use the seeds. Actually, an onion is a 2-year in the making. The first year, you would take the seed and you'd get the onion set. It only gets that big. The next year, you would plant the onion sets, and now you've got a finished product.
And I assume that's what you did with all of these.
That is correct.
And garlic's the same way?
I've never grown garlic from seed. I always take the little pieces that you see when you tear a head of garlic apart, and I plant the bigger ones and then use the smaller ones for cooking. So the big ones, though, we'll take and divide as they grow, and then you'll see what looks like what you get in the store then.
Right, and see, I have both a garlic and an onion here in my hand, but we'll see how to actually you can pull these up, but I would think as tough as the soil might be, we want to use. Do you have your shovel? Oh, you got your shovel right here. All right. Well, good deal. Well, let's pull up an onion and see how you do.
I like to dig them up because sometimes if you just try to pull them up, it won't work. They'll pull apart.
All right. Wow, whoa, look at those roots. Yeah, and look at that onion. Okay. So this one is ready to eat.
That is correct.
Okay. And well, another question. We can eat these green, and I'm calling them leaves. Can we eat those as well?
The leaves or stems, yes, they're all edible.
Okay.
It's all edible.
All right. Well, that's good. Okay. Now, notice here, the leaves of the onion are round and hollow. Am I correct?
That is correct.
All right. And the garlic's going to look a little bit different. So we're going to go over here to the garlic patch and dig up a garlic, and you'll be able to see the difference. All right, Butch, start your business here. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. And we're going to peel, well, first of all, if you'll note the leaves are flat. I would imagine you could eat those too, but our intent with the garlic is to get those little pieces of little bulb things out of this big thing right here. So I know okay, so he's pulling this off. Now, while he's doing that, Butch appears at the farmer's market every Saturday with a lot of different kinds of vegetable products. We're standing on the other side of this garlic onion field, okra, and you can buy your pickle. Do you pickle the okra?
I do not have a pickling license. The state of North Carolina requires that they come out and inspect your kitchen. And the reason I don't have it is I do have dogs in the house. And if you have dogs in the house, then they won't let you can't use that facility basically for canning. Now, I do sell some canned products, but they belong to a friend of mine who does have the canning license and a facility.
Is it dollar?
Down.
Dollar down, dollar down. And we're going to see him here a little bit later on this summer. Okay. Oh, look, there is a garlic piece. I don't know if my cameraman can focus in on that. But this would be what would look like a little piece of garlic that you would pull off. So these are still young, and this is good because these will be coming along, as we said, 1st of June.
Yeah, another month.
Yeah,
before they really start to get some size.
And now let me ask you this, because these are green, what I'm used to buying in the store is dry.
That's correct.
So will you dry these things then before you sell them at the market?
Normally, yes. Some people like it though as fresh because as you found out, it's a little hotter or got a little more. It's a little more pungent than the dried is. So, but it's got I mean, you'd use less in this case because of that reason.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is fascinating. He's got a lot of garlic here, folks. So, if you have to dry it, so 1st of July, would that be where you would where people could buy from you?
Somewhere in middle of June into July, I'll have fresh garlic then for sale.
Okay, all right. Well, that sounds great. But currently at the farmers market, you've got our wonderful onions here still, and folks, they're getting depleted rather quickly. So you may want to run by, and that's just the nature of onions, right?
Right.
I mean, they're a spring vegetable, and when it gets hot, they die off, I guess.
They do. They go to seed. Let me show you here.
All right, so folks, that's the seed of an onion right here. So, Butch, I can't thank you enough for sharing your garden and your expertise and your vegetables. Farmer's Market, Butch Pfeiffer. He also sharpens knives, and on his card it says he'll sharpen anything, so you might want to try that out. Stay tuned, folks. We're going to talk to Nancy about why we need to eat an onion and a garlic. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.
Only 2 years until graduation. Then what? The Advanced Manufacturing Academy is a partnership between Cleveland County Schools and Cleveland Community College. It offers you, rising 11th graders, the chance to learn job skills, earn valuable credentials, and complete your high school studies all at the same time. By completing the Advanced Manufacturing Academy, you'll graduate high school ready to start work at way above minimum wage. Check out the Academy and give yourself a head start on a great future.
For many kids, just showing up to school is a challenge. Staying through graduation is even harder. So at Communities and Schools, we do just what our name says. Our staff brings a community of resources to meet each student's needs right in their school, doing whatever it takes to keep kids focused so they see what we see, a bright future. Join in at communitiesinschools.org.
There's a new way to help save the environment while getting rid of your everyday waste. It's part of Shelby's new curbside recycling program. It's quick, easy, and something so simple that even little recyclers can help go green.
Single stream recycling makes it easy so we can all do our part and do the right thing.
Register at recycleshelby.com. Once you do that, you can roll these city-issued bins out to the curb. Don't worry, we'll take care of the rest. Recycle Shelby, it's the right...
Welcome, Cleveland County. We're with our dear friend Nancy Abasiekong, who is the Cooperative Extension Family and Consumer Sciences agent. There we go. We got to get the right term. And she knows everything about vegetables and nutrients and products. So we're here, as you know, talking about onions and garlic, Nancy. And there is so much to learn about this. First of
Yes.
all, why would we eat an onion and or a garlic?
Okay, well, both of those, onions and garlic, are in the same family. Um, uh, and there are other things in that family as well, like scallions, green onions, leeks, so several things in addition to garlic and onions. They are high in vitamin C and no fat, low calorie, and they have a lot of other nutrients, phytochemicals, so a lot of other nutrients, minerals, and so forth that help us with controlling blood pressure and
Whoa.
and other types of things
Things to keep us healthy.
to help keep us healthy. Yes, and they are very, very versatile, and of course can be used in many different ways: fresh or cooked, dried, grilled, lots of other ways, roasted. So very, very versatile and nutritious for us.
Well, and before the show started, we were talking about you can even can these things.
Yes.
Okay.
You can onions, but it is not recommended that you can garlic.
Okay.
And with that, onions and of course garlic also are low acid vegetables. So that means that they would have to be canned, or the onions would be canned in the pressure canner. And the only way is with a hot pack. So you have cooked the onion, and these would probably be small onions or maybe halves or something like that you'll cook, boil about 5 minutes or so.
Oh, okay.
So the instructions for that are specific, as we know. Anytime we're doing food preservation, the timing, the product, the jar size, all of those things have been tested, and we do let folks know that we have to follow those instructions. So
And that's because of what? Botulism?
Botulism, yes.
Which is a
Anything-
bacteria.
Yes, anything low acid can have botulism, and that, of course, can be deadly.
Correct.
So
Correct.
that we'll have to follow all of the instructions for that. So hot pack canning for onions is an option.
Okay.
And that will be in our fact sheet.
Oh,
That will
good.
be on our
Out on the website.
Yes.
But probably more, people would probably more like to freeze maybe
Yes.
if they bought a bunch of, from Butch at the farmer's market. Because, you know, you can buy, he's got a lot bunched together. And if you
Yes.
don't eat all of those, you could freeze. Now, we could freeze the onion, which comes in a bulb. Can you also freeze the green pieces?
You can either freeze, and of course, once these are frozen, they will have to be cooked, used
Right.
in a cooked product.
Right,
So they
right.
won't be fresh.
Fresh, correct.
You cannot use them fresh after
Right,
this.
because the
But it
cell
does-
walls
it-
break down in the
lots of-
freezing
and
process.
a lot of water in the product, in
Right.
the onion, in the leaf there, that
Right.
stem portion. So, but yes, you can freeze those, and as we've talked about when freezing things, if you don't want to, a lot of times we only need a tablespoon, or we need just a fourth of a cup or something like that. Go ahead and chop or slice.
Good
Or
idea.
prepare them, put them on a cookie sheet, maybe put some parchment paper down on a cookie sheet, place your chopped or
Chopped up,
or cut product on that. Just let it get hard a few hours overnight, and then put it into your freezer weight bag, Ziploc or resealable bags,
Right.
or rigid containers. And then when you need a small amount, you have that ready to go
Already measured out.
already. And you
Perfect.
haven't wasted or let that, maybe even when you chop an onion at home and you have a little bit left over, go ahead and chop and put that in the freezer.
Oh,
And
sure.
then when you're ready to do something, you've got that handful of onion
Oh,
that you
yeah.
need.
Oh, what
or
a great
garlic,
idea.
Either one.
Well, we also wanted to talk about and let you all know about a garlic that's been dried, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so if you want to talk about the dried garlic.
Well, most of our season is fairly short for spring, for getting foods like garlic and onions. So most of the time, we will be purchasing these at the grocery store, and they are already cured, already dried.
Correct.
Now, even when you're purchasing there at the grocery, you want to look for an onion or garlic that is smooth, that does not show any blemishes or bruises. You don't want it to have maybe a hollow end.
Oh, okay.
You also don't want to get the ones that are sprouting.
Right.
So get intact, heavy for their size. You want them to feel heavy. And then, of course, with a garlic clove, this is a bulb of garlic, and then we would peel off a clove at a time.
Right.
You know, just however your recipe calls for. And then you can put this, when you're storing your onions and garlic, keep it in a dry, dark place with ventilation.
Right.
So we would not close this up in a plastic bag, for example. We also would not bring them home and put them in the refrigerator.
Okay.
So in a cool, maybe in your pantry or somewhere like that in the basement.
Maybe in your cellar.
Right, where you've got air that can move around it.
Okay.
So putting it on a tray or something that lifts it up and can get air all around it. Dark and cool.
Right.
A cool place.
Well, I purchased years ago from one of our local potters. It's a garlic storage thing. It's got a
Yes, a
lid, and
ceramic.
there are holes all the way in it. So you put
Okay.
your garlic in there, and then it's ventilated, but it's dark.
Right.
So
that kind
that's
of
where
thing would-
that's where I store my garlic.
Okay, that is ideal.
Uh-huh.
Or we know we buy onions and things in a mesh bag.
Right.
So that would be another way to place it in a mesh bag or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Now, once we cut it, of course, it does go into the refrigerator. If you have some slices or chopped garlic or onions left over, that, of course, you would store in the refrigerator.
But if you just peel one of those little garlicky things out, a clove,
A clove.
you wouldn't have to refrigerate it.
Right.
Because it's still in that dry, oh, there we go.
Here we go.
Woo-hoo! Good for you.
Right. So this is a clove, and no, all of this could sit on the counter.
Right.
Or, well, in your pantry, somewhere dark.
Right,
So
right,
we wouldn't
right.
put it out in the sun. And when you're peeling garlic, if you just place that down on the counter, and if you have a flat knife and just smash it, then the peel will you can just peel that
Oh,
right
sure,
off easily.
Sure. Right.
So that's a
right.
good way.
Well, Nancy, thank you so much. Aren't we glad spring is finally here?
Yes.
Woohoo! Stay tuned. We're going to be shooting the cooking part with using onions and garlic. Thanks for watching this portion.
Education is our most powerful tool to improve and change our world. Hi, I'm Rhonda Benfield, your host for School Matters. Join me for a new program every other week with information from and about the students and staff of Cleveland County Schools. Discover what our schools are doing to challenge students and help them reach their full potential. You can catch us on Spectrum Cable Channel 19 or stream us live on C19.tv.
Arsenic, cadmium, fluorine, formaldehyde, rubidium, lithium.
Do yourself a favor and don't image search for exploding e-cigarettes.
What you don't know about e-cigarettes can hurt you.
Are you ready to take all this in?
Be a part of building the future. Be a welder. The Welding Technology program at Cleveland Community College prepares you with the science, the technology, and the skills to be a successful welder. Experienced instructors using state-of-the-art equipment train students using industry-standard skills developed through classroom training and practical application. Successful graduates are in high demand and are employed as entry-level technicians in welding and metalworking industries. Learn more. Call Cleveland Community College at 704-669-4077.
Well, welcome back, Cleveland County. Thanks for sticking with us. We've got a great cooking part of our show with our famous doctor, Patrick Vollmer.
Thank you.
Who is an ophthalmologist.
Optometrist.
Oh, I'm sorry. Optometrist down in downtown Shelby.
That's right.
And both he and I were trying to think what he cooked the last time. And
Chili.
Oh, chili.
Yeah.
Chili. That's right. That's right. Well, as you know, we're cooking with garlic and onions today. And what's our dish, Patrick?
We're going to make pasta primavera.
Okay.
So it's primavera stands for season of spring.
Well, so this couldn't be any better.
Exactly.
What's more seasonal spring than garlic and onions?
That's right.
And first of all, I wanted you to show our viewers what you did. Now, these are both garlic.
That's right.
And we cut into this one before, so do you want
Right.
to explain to them what we were looking for?
Sure. So we were looking for bulbs in the garlic. This is immature garlic, so the bulbs haven't properly formed yet. And these are from our friends at Pfeiffer Farms. So thank you to Butch Pfeiffer for sending us these.
Perfect. Great plug. Okay, but I wanted to have him show you. He took a garlic, and there are little bulbs all in here. But this is what he did, which I thought was a clever idea to get the garlic flavor, but not worry with the garlic pieces. So
That's right. So we're just going to cut the end off here. Push that to the side. And then what I did was just cut small slivers of this garlic here.
okay, and we can probably see with these larger pieces
Right.
where the little cloves of garlic would be. So that's just a great way. Now I'm sure you chopped those up too, didn't you?
That's right.
Because in the interest of time, we've had to already partially cook, well no, totally cook all our vegetables. So I wanted you to see that. Oh, that's perfect. See how easy that is? We're into easy in the Cleveland
right.
County Kitchen Show. All right, now I think we need to drain our pasta.
Yep, so this is just bow tie pasta here.
Okay, and they're such fun pieces. Okay, drain, drain, drain.
Just going to put it back in the pot.
Yeah. And you can kind of shake that around in the hot pot too, and that sort of dries it off too.
That's right.
Yes, okay, great. All right, well now let's set that over there on the hot pads and let's get out our vegetables. Now, Patrick sliced all of these vegetables and he's going to tell you which ones he used, and they're so pretty. So it's really like spring. Okay. So Patrick, what do we have here?
So we have squash, zucchini,
Now,
cherry
do you want to
tomatoes.
just point, please?
Okay, yeah,
With
so
the spoon.
there we go.
There we go.
Squash.
And that's yellow squash.
Yellow squash, that's
Okay.
right. Cherry tomatoes, zucchini, carrots, some onions, yellow bell pepper, red bell pepper, and more onions.
Okay. And so
garlic,
these-
excuse me.
Oh, that's garlic. And now the onions they're darker.
Yeah, dark green, like
Oh, you talk.
into
Oh,
these.
this. Patrick, that's wonderful. Great, great, great. Now, you also did a little pepper on those.
That's right. So a little black pepper over all our vegetables here.
Are you doing salt?
Of course.
Okay.
A little salt. And then I just drizzled with olive oil.
And so really, that's kind of the before and after of what you do.
That's
Oh,
right.
and by the way, the recipe will be out on the Cooperative Extension website.
That's right.
Along with our show. So, okay, now what, Patrick?
We'll just transfer the vegetables into the pasta.
Okay, well then, let's give me that hot pad, please. All right, and we're going to put the pot right here. Pot right here.
There we go.
Okay, and then we're going to choose your weapon.
I'll let you assist me.
Oh, well, there we go. I'll choose the weapon then. Okay.
And then the Parmesan.
Oh, yes. And of course, we're not quite ready for squash yet. Bell pepper.
Yep.
Well, you bought that.
That's correct.
Okay, in the grocery store.
Right.
But our garlic and our onions, fresh out of Pfeiffer Farms garden. Okay. All right, that's probably good enough. That's good enough. All right. And then we have some more things to add.
Yep. So we're just going to mix in some shredded Parmesan.
And he said we'd only use the small one, and I said, no, Patrick.
Yeah.
This is TV. We like lots of the good stuff. Okay, there
We'll
you go.
use all the Parmesan.
And that would be about, what, a cup and a half?
Yeah, about a cup and a half, right?
Okay.
And then we'll just blend it all together here.
And then he already made half of it, because truth be known, we have lunch after we film.
Right.
So here we go. Oh, that looks beautiful, Patrick. I got the bowl. Okay, I'm going to put this back here. Oh, we can mix it up just a little bit more.
Okay.
I think we have just a few more minutes to mix.
Okay.
All right.
But you can see all the colorful vegetables here, which is really nice. It's a nice light dish. And especially with warmer weather coming up, I really enjoy this dish.
And talk about nutritious.
That's right.
Nancy Abasiakong would be thrilled with all the vegetables in here.
That's correct.
Gee, all the nutrients that we can talk about.
How's that?
That's great. Now, should we put a little more olive oil?
Yeah.
Just okay.
Can do more olive oil here.
Just like, oh, fabulous. Fabulous. Well, probably stir it up. Just a little bit. Oh, yes. Oh, great. Oh, great, great, great. Oh, it looks scrumptious. And if we had a plate, we could just pour it out. But I think you get the idea. Colorful, nutritious, easy to use a lot of springtime vegetables.
That's right.
Patrick, as always, thank you.
Thank you.
And I think maybe the next time we shoot you with a filming session for the Cleveland County Kitchen, we'll be in your kitchen.
Yeah,
And
that sounds good.
He's building his house around his kitchen because he loves to cook. Plus loves to work on eyes, right?
Exactly. All the above.
And does such a good job.
Well, thank you.
Well, thanks, Cleveland County, for watching. I hope you've learned another early springtime recipe, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you.